Hey, well,
Hey,
good news.
good news you can use, and I just made it. Where's my coffee?
Featuring Raven Blair Glover. Raven, how are you this morning?
I am doing good. This is one of these mornings you get up, Jeff, and you just rushing. You're like, wow, where am I going? What am I doing? What day is it? What time is it? Hi, furniture. How you doing today? This is my people time, so I love it. Hey, Jeff, good to see you. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Are you ready for some good news you can use? I know I am ready, Jeff.
That's right. Good news you can use. This is your weekly dose of positive. This is all about catching people doing good works in their community. And we've got some great stories for you today. Thank you for joining us. And as always, make comments. We see the comments. This is 21st century television. This is live. This is interactive. So be
Yeah,
part of the conversation. We're glad you're here with us. And also remember to email us your good news. Share good news that you see. Catch someone doing something good. Let us know about it so we can feature
take a
that as
picture
well.
of it.
Take a picture, get a
Yes,
video.
we can have some visuals. Yeah. I got some really good news to start out with. It's raining in LA. Good news that I can use because I love opening the windows early in the morning, like 3, 4 o'clock,
Mhm.
when you hear those raindrops, Jeff. And you
Yes.
just really enjoying the sound of nature. And that's pretty good because I don't get much nature these days. So I had my window open. It was drop, drop, drop. And I was just laying in bed smiling and getting into gratitude and still got up out of bed too late to get here on time. So that's the thing about rain, though, right? It
Yes.
makes you just sleep so good.
Just something
Yes.
about the sound of the rain on the roof. It's
Yeah.
calming. It's comfortable. As I laid,
Yeah.
same thing. I heard it. Woke me up early in the morning and listened to it for a while. It's like, yeah, good. We need some rain.
Yeah, we need some rain. So what we got? I'm excited. I know you got some good stuff. I'm
Ah,
excited.
we
What
have
you
got a bunch of good stories. Yeah, are you a basketball fan?
I used to be. I haven't watched basketball in a long time, in many years, but I'm originally, I don't know if you know this, I'm originally from Cleveland. So I was a big
Oh,
Cleveland Cavalier, was a
yeah.
Cleveland Cavalier fan, yeah. Then I went to Houston and I became a great Rocket fan. I was there when they won that last, what do you call it, championship.
Hmm.
And that was fun. And then I haven't done it too much in LA at all. I don't know why. Great team, right? What's going on in basketball?
Well, and as you're watching this, you may have played basketball. You may be a basketball fan. I played basketball as a kid. Wasn't good, but had a lot of fun doing it.
Mhm.
And we have a story, courtesy of ABC News, about a gentleman that was driving by, saw a youngster playing basketball in his front yard, and
Mm.
realized that he was playing. Here's the youngster that was playing, Jeremiah, that he
Mhm.
was using a trash can as a hoop. So Devin Hingston bought him an actual basketball, real basketball rim so he could practice and play. And just thought that is the neatest thing. Drive by, see some kids doing something,
Oh,
and it's like, oh no, that's not right. Let's help them out.
yeah. Oh my God. That's great news. So you're telling me he just happened to be driving by
Yeah.
and seen this kid. I remember back in the day when they used to do that in the trash can and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Or take a basket and cut the rim out of it and nail
yeah,
that
I
up.
remember that too. Yeah. And he just felt it in his heart and surprised the boy. Did he go back the same day or did it say another day or
Well, there's a little bit of a video loop if we can spool that for just a minute here. So here's the video that ABC included. Oh, so he got him one of the indoor.
Oh, okay. That's good. So now he can play all the time because that's a little one. Yeah.
Plays with his younger
Oh,
brother as well.
oh,
How fun.
how special. They're having a ball now.
Hmm.
I'm sure they're knocking down things from mom, but she's just like, oh, look at my boys. They broke another lamp. Oh, how cute are they?
Yeah,
That's the type of news that warms your heart right there.
doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't it? And apparently
I
Devin
needed
does
to
that, just
sound.
sort of on a regular basis. He goes, look, if I see a homeless person, I'll buy him something to eat, maybe get him a jacket if it's cold. If he sees kids hanging out and playing, he'll buy him, some snacks. It's just it's part of how he likes to live. And he said, you know what? I don't normally post this to social media. Someone else had said, hey, this guy deserves, some recognition for what he's doing. And he said, I personally don't post on social media because that's not why I'm doing it. Because I just want to, be part of the community, give back to the community and help my, my peeps around me.
Wow. I love that. I love that. I need that. I needed that. That's a good one.
We need more of that. It's like when you see someone, as you're watching this, when you see someone, what can you do to help, give a hand up.
And it doesn't take a lot, it doesn't take a lot to make somebody smile, to make somebody's day, to make somebody's year, especially this year and last year. We need these stories. I'm so glad that, I just really want to thank you publicly, Jeff, for agreeing to do the good news you can use with me, because this one day of great news, just one day of great news really helps you to have the real perspective of what we have, and we can wake up and get up, right? We can make the day as good and as great as we want it, even during very difficult times. Sometimes you have to search high and low for it, but it's more good news websites out there than I ever realized, Jeff. I got to be honest with you. I'm surprised at how many different people are supporting and reporting on good news. It's just that all these years we've just been looking for the big headlines, the regular news, and we had no idea that there was this many sites. Are you just as surprised as me when you look for these reports?
Yes. And I appreciate, thank you for that. And I appreciate the opportunity to be able to do this with you, because it's truly amazing. I mean, it especially on Wednesday mornings, I look forward to it because it just supercharges the day, and it's fun. It's turned into a fun game to find positive stories. Set that aside and go, oh, I can't wait to talk with Raven about this on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And we hope you are enjoying it too, right, Jeff?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And that's why share the good news. How can they get that to us? What is it? Share
at Good News You Can Use. And it's you, the letter U, share at goodnewsyoucanuse.com.
Yeah, we love it. We love it. Okay, what we got next? Is it your turn, my turn?
Your turn. What do you got?
Well, I'm excited to share this one that I ran across late last night, where this small town moves its UPS driver, number one UPS driver, to tears with generous gifts. Now, this story is another one that warms your heart. And it's because this particular town, Dauphin, Pennsylvania, is a small town with a big heart. And for over a decade, their number one UPS driver, Chad Turns, has been delivering packages for UPS. And everyone talks about this guy. I got this from the todaynews.com, and you guys want to check it out. But oh my God, everybody talks about this guy because they say he puts in hours and hours and hours in delivery, sometimes 60 hours, Jeff.
Oh my gosh.
You imagine that? And one of the residents, Jenny Shickley, she said, everyone knows how special Chad is. If he thinks something might be a gift and he drives past the house and there's kids playing outside, you know what he does, Jeff? He just goes past and comes back later when he knows the adults are at home and delivers it because he doesn't want the gift to be broken or smashed or something. Now that's going the extra mile, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And they said during the coronavirus pandemic sweep, when it swept the country, what he did, he would just make sure their mail was delivered, make sure it's on time, make sure the Christmas gifts was there. And people would just want to support and encourage him for all the hours he did, for all the backtracking to make sure packages was there. So they decided to surprise him and, get together in the neighborhood and just give him a little Christmas something. And their plan was just to give him a little $300 and to be out there and cheer and, just show their appreciation. And they ended up, I think in 2 days, having $1,000. And this was just from the neighborhood
Whoa.
during Christmas. And what a great Christmas gift that wasn't expected for just, going the extra mile in a very difficult time to make sure people's mails was delivered on time, and things wasn't broken or smashed or stuff. And they just really, really appreciate that. And I think I read that there was one person that had mentioned something on Facebook, and somehow he seen it on their post, and she was worried if they were going to get back in time to sign for a package. So he got there to sign for the package. Isn't that amazing?
Wow.
It was during Christmas time. She didn't want anything to happen to it and stuff. Thought that was
so many packages,
yeah.
disappear from porches and whatnot, especially around the holidays.
And if you remember last year, there was a lot of issues with mail. Remember, mail getting time and a lot of crazy stuff. They were mail being delayed before Christmas, and so for him to, because they surprised him during Christmas during this time and gifted him the money, but they're saying all through that terrible time last year, he was just going the extra mile in a very much needed time space. Because I remember that I was worried about getting medication and stuff one time in mail. So I just thought that was great.
It is.
Good job for you. And his name is Chad. What was it? Last name is Turns.
Chad Turns.
Chad Turns. Yep. UPS driver. We need more Chad Turns. Yes. Awesome.
Chad.
Yes, check. And you can read that on Today. I guess it's today.com. Yep,
today.com.
Yep. Now, even the Today Show, I mean, just thinking Today News and stuff are talking about good news. And this is the first time I actually went to this site to get good news. So again, I'm finding that more and more news outlets and places and just regular websites are sharing good news. I wonder if it has anything to do with the pandemic. I'm not sure. I always missed this.
Yep.
If I did, shame on me.
I'm thinking there were a handful of positive news websites. However, as you're pointing out, you see a lot of the media, the mainstream media has been focusing more and more. Like today.com has a whole section on positive news. They've been bringing that to the table, and there's been such a big need for it.
Yeah.
And it connects. It's obviously connecting with their audience, or they wouldn't be doing it. And it's just with everything that happened, times of turbulence, it's great to have a drip of positive news, seeing other people finding a way through, doing things to help others, to encourage us. It certainly encourages me. As you're watching this, I hope it encourages you.
Yeah.
It helps with just to push back against some of the negative feelings that can well up around the turbulence we've had through 2020 now into 2021.
Yeah.
And it's just awesome to see.
Yep. And what a great way to start your day with your cup of coffee or orange juice or tea or favorite drink. Being able to, have some good news instead of bad news. I think it's just great. It's kind of like, back I'll say a few years ago, they would say, don't just get up first thing in the morning and go to your email, because most people do that. And there's usually something that's going to totally upset your day. So true, Jeff. So true. Something that's going to throw you off, or you're going to turn on your computer and it's not working. And they said, if you jump up and you meditate, or you exercise, or you go for a nice walk, read a book, listen to an audio, something positive, you're more likely to have a positive day. And so what do? We rush to that computer first thing in the morning, cut the computer on, the computer won't work, or you cut the computer on and there's that dreaded email, maybe a customer, that you've got to fix an issue or something going wrong. And there you go.
There's a meteor coming towards Earth. The end is nigh.
anything.
We're going to be crashed by a meteor. Or it's just all, you never know what kind of crazy thing. And that's something that's very consistent with people that are getting a lot done in their lives. They have a morning routine that includes some form of reflection, a gratitude routine, focusing on and looking for the positive before they really roll their day.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good news story. A woman shares the powerful times that dogs support their owners. Is that cool or what? When nobody else does. And she started this best friend project, raised over $17,000 for rescue organizations, and seeking submissions for her new book. What does she do? What does she do? She takes photographs, capturing photographs of people and their dogs, capturing times and get stories of people and their dogs, what their dogs have done for them. Scroll back up to that picture. I mean,
doesn't that just say it all? Look at that smile.
It just says it all. Yeah. And I want the audience, I know we got a lot of dog lovers there. What are some of the best things that with the connection of you and your dog? Were they there once when you were sick, or did they do something interesting? If so, she says she's taking submissions. So you might want to reach out to her. Maybe you'll be in this book or the next book with your story. I can tell you, I used to have a dog called Benji. And when I moved here and got married to colleague, they didn't have, you couldn't have pets here. And so my mother had just passed. And so my sister moved into my place. I'm like, okay, it comes with furniture and a dog. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, and because we lost my mom and she lived by herself, she took on Benji. So we started thinking Benji as Lassie. Remember Lassie would go to different places and stuff.
Sure do.
And guess what? A few years after that, just 2 years after I moved here, she had a stroke outside. Oh. My sister had a stroke outside and she passed out. And guess who laid on her till help came? Her dog, wow. Benji. Yeah. Wow. Unfortunately, Benji died 2 years ago, but he was there during that time. And he laid across her, not just there, across her, like protecting her, until her neighbors were able to call 911. And he was barking. So that got their attention, and they were able to get her to the hospital to where she's okay. She talks and walks and has a little bit of limp. But other than that, he probably saved her life.
Yeah.
Isn't that something? And so this story is much like that. She's going to come out with a collection of different pictures and different stories of people and their pets. And the stories, she said, are often intensely personal. And I guess she's doing a second book, because it says for the second book, a woman named Phyllis revealed her struggle with depression and a suicide attempt. When she came home from the hospital, her dog, Remy, rushed to the car to greet her, and how it, made her feel good, especially someone suffering from depression, made her feel loved and wanted. And sometimes it's not the big things, it's the little things. Have you ever had a dog?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you think of
I had a dog growing up? Yeah, it was a great companion. We had a lot of fun going on walks, but it creates that bond. It creates that sense of, of being needed. And, even though I had a great relationship with my parents, I still had, I'll always remember that first pet.
Yeah. And especially for those people that are only child, pets are just, so special for them, and those living alone too. So, she decided to start, like I said, the Women's Best Friend Project, and she raised $17,000, and then she's going to help support rescue organizations, which is, I think, is fabulous. Because speaking of my dog Benji, I got him from one of those places. So I'm glad to see that she's supporting that and doing these collections.
Mhm.
She's already working on book 2. Doing these collections where you guys that are tuning in, if you got a great dog story, send her a picture of you and capturing your dog and yourself. And because it seems like she wants to kind of share, I guess, the connection between the dog and the person, so
Mhm.
I'm assuming she wants both pictures and the story. Who knows? It might get in the book. And you heard
Yes.
it first. Well, you heard it second. You heard it first on today. You heard it second on Good News You Can Use. And again, that's thanks to an amazing good story, Jeff.
And to send your photo to her, we'll after the show, we'll include a link to the article so you can get the contact information through today.com.
Yeah. Okay. What you got? What you got? What you got to beat that one, Jeff?
Oh, well, it's not about beating. It's just,
I know.
or competition. Well, not that we're competitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just the amazing range of things that people are doing,
Mm-hmm.
and how innovative people can be. Like living in a cold area, Southern California, we don't get much ice. I remember growing up in the Midwest, as a kid, wake up in the morning and hoping that school will be closed. It's like, oh, please don't let there be school today. And wake up in the morning and see we'd get a lot of ice and freezing rain and not as much snow. It'd be so beautiful to see the ice on the trees and whatnot. But
Mm-hmm.
it's only fun if you can play in it. If you have to work in it, as an adult, it's a real pain in the neck. It's beautiful for about 15 minutes. And then you have to start shoveling the driveway, getting the ice off the car. Well, we have a story about a woman that created an ice rink for the kids in her neighborhood. It comes to us from, can you imagine that? There's an abandoned lot. And here's a photo. There's an abandoned lot in the neighborhood, and she cleared out. You can see kind of in the center of the photo there, cleared out a space and created an ice rink for the neighborhood kids to ice skate.
Oh, wow. Now that's amazing.
And it just has turned out to be a smash hit. People are coming from all around the community, not just on the local street.
Wow.
Yeah, did it herself. This is in Detroit, which is, there's in Detroit, it doesn't have a reputation for necessarily doing nice stuff like that for each other. And, we find out, maybe a lot of the headlines that we hear don't really give us the whole picture of what's happening. And this is a great example of that. And I thought how neat that would be to have one of the neighborhood adults as a kid to create an ice rink and go, come on, grab ice skates. We'll teach you how to skate, set up chairs so adults can supervise. And
that is awesome. Wow.
Isn't it? Katia Moreno.
Thinking out the box again. I don't know how these people come up with these ideas, but hey, that is so super.
And that came to us through MSN.com. Always wanted to give a shout out to who's been putting these out so that we can give them credit. Through MSN.com posted that, and it came from USA Today.
Wow.
But still thought, and the gal's name is Katia Moreno Elst. So it took an abandoned lot, and and it's just like kids and parents are just showing up. And it during the pandemic, it gave people something that they could do, have fun safely. And
plus it's outside, so
it's outside, which is good. We know it's good for the kids to be outside. And it took something that was an eyesore and turned it into a major feature that the neighborhood loves now. We've got, if you don't mind, there's a 1-minute video that goes with this.
Yeah, let's watch it. I love video.
This rink was inspired by freezing cold temperatures and everything that I've been getting on is slippery ice. So I said, why not build a rink? The kids are out here every day.
Yeah.
This is their recess. This is their after school program. This is just for them.
Oh, they got their mask on. That's awesome.
Well, you see, they're using
Nobody
the
has their
walkers
own
for the
skates
kids that
when
are
they
young
come
and
here.
can't skate
There's
real
an ice
well,
skating
so they don't fall
community
down and get hurt.
donated every single size. So we have sizes for even adults if the dads and moms want to try it, which they have. The lovely fire department stopped by and got out their hose and unloaded their whole tank. Every single donation, everything we've done has been free and from the community. So it's made it work. But the kids show up with just the excitement of getting on.
Mm.
Let's go
Oh,
to the numbers
and
today. LA County report.
Oh, there we go. But you know,
that is
really,
so awesome.
isn't
Oh my
that
goodness, I can't try that. I need every bone in my body these days. But back in the day, I would have been out there. But I'm just imagining what joy that brought. Especially during this time with so many kids being stuck in and not having recess and stuff. Oh wow, that was good. That one almost made me. I think I felt a tear because the kids have been suffering through this.
Yes.
I mean, it's been okay with us. I mean, we're home-based business owners, and I'm sure many of our viewers, some of them that work corporate, are probably like enjoying the break as long as they're getting paid, being at home. But the kids, so they look so happy, and safe. And I'm so glad she did. What was her name?
Katia Morena at LC.
Mm-hmm. And you said it was just a cold day, and how did she come up with this idea again?
It's just one of those things where we're stuck inside, walk in the neighborhood, that lot is there, it's an eyesore. And she thought, what if we had an ice rink? Something where the kids and the parents can come and play, and started working on it. Even got the fire department involved. The fire department came and gave, provided the water once they got the surface prep, so they could have, so they could freeze the ice. And Detroit's pretty cold for several months in the wintertime.
Wow.
And
that is just super amazing. Love it. Thank you.
One thing led to another. See, here's, as you're watching this, remember, history teaches us it's always one person that makes a difference. History is about the names of people that stepped up and did something. These stories are about a person that stepped up and did something. Don't ever think that, I'm just one person. Guess what? That's the power. You are one person. You make a huge difference. You already make more of a difference than you know. Because often we don't, we're not as good. I've focused on it more, but still don't do it as much as I would like, and improving on it. Of letting people know how important they are in our lives. So you do make a difference, and you can make an even bigger difference. You get an idea like that, start talking to people, put it in motion, find out who, people will rally around you and help to make it a reality.
Wow. Amazing. Okay. You ever watch a movie or live in a town and you notice that there's certain places in the town, in a small town, imagine this, Jeff, that just stand out. It's the place everybody in town gathers and goes to and, leans on. I mean, this is like the street lights that you've had. It's that important to them. Well, that's how it is in this very small town, and it is. I think they call it in Foggy. Let me just get the actual place in. It's Foggy Pine Books. It's the name of the store that they wanted to save. It's an Appalachian town of Boone, North Carolina, and the bookstore. Well, they were getting ready to lose the bookstore during this time, as many businesses, have been lost, unfortunately. And they needed, I think it was $13,000 to keep it afloat, And this is on the today.com too. And guess what? Tom Hanks, yes, the Tom Hanks, and the night talk show host Stephen Colbert saved the small bookstore. They endorsed it by saying, that they had some of the best books could be found. Tom Hanks said Foggy Pine Books has the best selections in all of Boone. And again, Boone is it's North Carolina. And so they, supported a ad running during the the football thing that they do. Oh my God.
Super Bowl?
Super Bowl, yeah. And to help raise the funds on this. And it is,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. It says, so he picked one small business to give its very own, very real high octane Super Sunday ad. And the lucky winner was Foggy Pine Books. So they won that ad, which helped them in getting the funds they need. And, when I heard this story, I watch a lot of movies on Lifetime on Sunday. That's my day to sit back and not Lifetime, Hallmark.
Okay.
Yeah. And Hallmark's always showing these old movies or these places, even some current movies in these little towns. So when I read this, I could just imagine the importance of this bookstore to that town, because small towns, these are places that have been there, Jeff, forever.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, that store or restaurant, or in this case, bookstore, was there when they were kids, and they're there when they have other kids to take to it. So you can imagine how precious this bookstore was, of course, for the owners, but also just as important for the community. Yeah. Have you ever been in a small place that had that you knew this? Oh, when we get to this town, we got to go here because this place is institutional. Well, that's how that bookstore was. I thought it was impressive that Tom Hanks and Stephen Colbert would want to go out there and support it. But Tom Hanks even did better than that. He endorsed it and said the best books are found in Foggy Bookstore.
Yes. And just looking at the photo, but before I say anything else, I want to give a quick shout out to a couple of people that have joined us. Our mutual colleague, Tim Gillette. Thank you for hitting the like button. Check out Tim at Simple Easy Marketing. He runs a great podcast series on marketing.
I didn't know who Tim was. He cut his hair. I'm like, who that?
Yes, for a long time. If you haven't met Tim, you don't know Tim personally. For the longest time, the running joke was not Tom Petty. He actually had the domain nottompetty.com because he had long blonde hair, looks like Tom Petty. And now he cut his hair short during the pandemic, and we're all going, who's that?
I love Tom. Tom, king of blogging. Yes. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Tim Gillette. It's appreciate you joining us, and also Davidian Bennett. Thank you for showing some love. For the show. Davidian is a local personality here in Los Angeles, friend of mine that ride motorcycles with, and he is one of the best short haul truck drivers on the planet. So, Davidian, thank you. Stay safe. He's also an incredibly humble Vietnam War veteran. So thank you for your service, Davidian.
Yes, thank you for your service, Davidian. Is it Davidian?
Davidian.
Davidian. Okay.
Davidian. So it's like David. David Ian.
Okay.
Davidian.
Okay. Anyway, thank you for your
looks like ZZ. He always we always tease him that he looks like ZZ Top because he's got the long beard.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes you wear a beanie, so he has some fun stories around that.
Oh wow.
Right, coming back to what you're saying about the bookstore, so many communities have those types of places, even here in Los Angeles, right? In Los Angeles County, there's 88 cities. Within the city of Los Angeles, there's all these micro communities all over the place. And how many people will say, oh, our local fill in the blank. There's a local coffee shop, there's a local restaurant, someplace in their neighborhood that is a hangout or someplace that they like that they're always telling people about.
I just love it. And now they can do all future ads and say endorsed by Tom Hanks.
Isn't it? I love this photo. It just looks like a house that's probably been on one of the main streets in Boone for who knows how long. the kind of place that seems like it'd be fun to hang out, check out the books, maybe have a cup of coffee and take a book home.
It looks like one of those places, right? That you could just, go there and they probably have little places to sit, inside where you can just enjoy your book. Awesome. Love that story. So yeah, now they can say, a Foggy Bookstore, the store that's endorsed by Tom Hanks. Yeah. He said they have the best books. That's amazing.
And what a great way for well-known celebrities like Tom Hanks and Stephen Colbert to use their megaphone, to use their reach to their audience to help regular Main Street businesses.
Yeah, and and for them to be able to get that ad and to be a winner.
Oh yeah,
that's priceless. So good stuff, good news. Another great Wednesday with good news that you and all of us could use. Love it. Yeah. Absolutely love it. It is great, great, great. Well, so what are you going to do today, Jeff, as we close out? Or do you have another story?
Just one more quick story. With all of the challenges that were the Texas and some other states had with the big winter storm that rolled through recently, there's a story about a man from Phoenix that hopped in his car and drove to Texas to help with repairs.
What?
With the homes, because there were so many homes, in the wintertime, it's again something we don't think of in Southern California. Having your electricity on is crucial when it's cold outside, because you have to keep the house warm. If it gets too cold, the water in your water pipes can freeze and burst the pipes.
Yeah.
So it just adds insult to injury. You're cold and all of a sudden you start having pipes bursting. I remember when we had power outages growing up in the Midwest, we'd have to turn the water on and let the water trickle and keep running.
Yeah, we had to do that too. I remember sometimes it would have to be like that when I was in Houston.
Yeah,
Things
so
a lot, but sometimes it did, and you would have to let those pipes dry, because if not, boy, what a mess. But what happened?
Yes. So this gentleman had an expertise in water repair, repairing water damage. So he drove from Phoenix to Texas, which is a good day and a half of hard driving, to help people that had water damage.
In hard driving. That's
right.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. And I love the name. So his name's Jordan Orta, and the name of his business is True Grit Restoration. I was thinking, I would want to hire him just because I like the name. True Grit.
Really.
Iconic movie. But so Jordan hopped in his car, drove to Texas, and started helping people as a volunteer. There is a 16-hour drive from Phoenix to Dallas.
Yeah. 16-hour drive. Not a lot of people would do that.
And again, it's just about people helping people. And there were many more stories of people in different parts of the country that were doing that, from the East Coast, hopping planes, hopping in cars, driving to get to Texas and other areas that had been hit hard by the storm, to help people, have shelter, to help do repairs like that. So it's just incredible to hear. Another example of someone goes, "Hey, there's neighbors in need. I'm hopping in my car and going and doing what I can do."
It's so, it's so wonderful that, again, people go the extra mile, and instead of, talking negative and, just, oh, me, oh, the my, or what's this, it's more like, how can I be part of the solution? I can sit here knowing that I have the tools and things that can help one person, two people, three people. It doesn't have to be 100. Or I can just sit here and watch it on the news, knowing that, okay, maybe 15 hours, but it would be worth it to get there to help these people. And to be actuality, I had heard a lot of stories of people leaving fire stations too. Okay, groups of them, and heading to Texas and other places that was dealing with that. And I remember saying then that, how cool was that? I guess you never know what you're going to do in any situation that you hear about or that you're in until that time comes. But it's so, I mean, can you imagine if we didn't have people like him and all these other people that we talked about today step up, think out the box, and do a solution? It just reminds you that this world, it may have its issues and stuff, you know, but we still have love for each other, for our neighbors. We still care, you know, we still have hearts, you know, so the majority of us, and that's what we have to lean on, the fact that the majority of us still believe, still care, still have heart, you know, still need that human connection and want to be and want to help. You hear this all the time when someone gets in an accident. You hear how, you know, 5 people pulled over, got out of 5 separate different cars to go over to pull somebody out or to turn a car back over. So it's nice to know, and I think it's great to be reminded that we're not all bad. There's good news we can use every day.
There is, and there's more good news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we see and hear a lot of extreme headlines, and that's the small bit of what's going on around us. You know, it's a small percentage of what's actually happening day to day. There's more good news. Yeah.
And we can choose the headlines we want. So that's kind of like a challenge. What headline do you want today? Do you want the good headline or do you want the bad headline? It's all in the decisions we make. Yeah.
Create the headline that you want.
Ooh, love it. Create the headline that you want. It's easy breezy. Yeah. So you can find more good news like we shared today on behalf of today.com. And yours was with
that last story came to us courtesy of Fox News 10 in Phoenix.
So just Google good news and you will find great news out there. Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. It's so much out there you wouldn't believe it that will make you smile. So when you're feeling down during the day, go back and watch one of our replays or just Google good news and let it brighten up your day. Because every day we can get up and wake up, we deserve, as my friend Cinnamon says, to get more life out of living and more living out of life.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, thanks, man. This is another great day. I'm smiling. Do you guys see? See, that's why I love doing this show.
I hope that you are getting, as you're watching this, that you're getting at least half as much as Raven and I are, because I'll tell you what, after having a conversation like this, first thing in the morning, my day starts out on a huge positive note.
Yeah.
It just makes such a big difference.
Share to close off. Mark this day on the calendar, April 12th, Monday, April 12th. We're going to have my big 70th birthday.
Oh my gosh.
70, me being 70. Yeah.
So be ready to celebrate.
Huh?
As you're watching this, be ready to celebrate April 12th.
April 12th, yeah.
Major milestone day.
Yeah, excited. So hope to see you live. We'll do it on Facebook, Roku, everywhere we can, because, it's like, I'm not going to let not being able, well, we may be able to be out. Things are going pretty good so far. We'll see. But I'm not going to let that stop me and just have another birthday. It's my 70th.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't let milestones like that pass by, right, Jeff?
That's right. Right.
But the good news is we can all celebrate each and every day. And that's why Jeff and I love Wednesdays, because we get to celebrate the good news that's going around the world. And it's such a reminder that it's good news going around the world. It's not all bad. That's and true. When you have somebody like Jeff by your side,
or Raven.
And we were rocking it with the good news, and we're so proud to bring it to you. So if they have a good story and a picture, where should they send it, Jeff?
Send it to share at Good News You Can Use. Again, that's share at Good News You Can Use. It's here in the banner stream below. And we'll share it out and give you a shout out on the show. Look, catch someone doing good work in your community.
Yeah, absolutely. And until the next time, I guess that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Yeah. Bye, y'all.